Okay, we got, it's 6 o'clock, everyone. We'll call this meeting to order and pledge the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first thing on the list, we would like to make a motion to amend the agenda and remove 8B. That was a duplicate and a mistake to be on the agenda.
I'll make a motion to remove it.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, need a motion to approve the minutes from the October 18, 2021 meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Agenda amendments. That was it, I believe.
Yep.
Public comment, agenda items. Any public comment? Okay, correspondence. We had a letter from Erie County Technical School asking for relief on Summit Township zoning permit for a fee.
I'll make a motion. Well, do we know?
Now we have,
Yeah, we gotta hear the letter.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the letter received from Rick Emmerich. Dear Summit Township Supervisors, currently I am serving as the superintendent of record at the Erie County Technical School. The purpose of this correspondence is to respectfully request consideration from the supervisors to eliminate or negotiate the BIU building permit as well as the zoning permit fees related to the upcoming renovation addition that will soon be underway at the school. As you may be aware, this project involves a significant financial contribution from 11 school districts in Erie County, as well as all of its taxpayers. In return, our students across the region leave the ECTS prepared to enter the workforce. Often, students completing the program find themselves employed within the businesses, manufacturers, or service providers that are located in or served in Summit Township. In addition, the school offers adult education programs where a number of workers within our area are trained or retrained in the necessary skills to contribute to the local workforce. Again, many of these adult students are employed within Summit Township. The ECTS is an extension of the public school system here in Erie County, and such is identified as a nonprofit organization. That stated, any favorable decision made by the supervisor would be greatly appreciated as we work to reduce the overall cost associated with any project. Thank you for your time and consideration. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact me again to provide any additional information as needed. Sincerely, Richard Emmerich, Superintendent. So I received their application. The estimate, our permit fees are based on our estimated cost of construction. The estimated cost of construction, I received on their application is $5 million. So as far as the zoning permit fee, it would be $10,800.
You know, and then BIU, they're kind of the third party inspection, they're on their own.
Separate entities, and I was reading along on the email here, it looks like their fee is going to be around close to $147,829 from BIU. Again, that's a separate entity.
Is it also true that we did not waive the stormwater management bond?
Sure.
He did not.
You know,
I issued an opinion, I think that we received, it said that you actually don't have the authority under the ordinance to waive the
oh, that's right, that's right.
Excuse me, the zoning permit fee is at your discretion, and that your portion of the building permit fee, if any, the discretion of supervisors. However, BIU, as Mark said, they're third party, obviously, it makes their fees set by agreement, their internal standards. We don't have any ability to force them to waive the fee as the supervisors in terms of the building permit.
Right, okay. So,
Can I have a motion to accept or deny?
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second the motion to waive the fee.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay. All right, what's next on the list here? Old business, I don't think we have any, do we, Michelle?
No.
New business. Motion to approve or deny office closings for Christmas, Thursday, 12/23, and Friday, 12/24/21. The New Year's Thursday, 12/30/21, and Friday, 12/31/21.
I'll make the motion to approve those dates for closure.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's because holiday weekends fall on the Saturday and Sunday for both weekends, and it kind of messes up the days off. We need to be here the day after New Year's on Monday, correct?
That's the first of the 2022 year.
Yeah. Land development. Yes.
Why are you getting 2 days instead of 1 or 2 for a month? You usually only get the Friday, Saturday, and Monday, Sunday for the holidays, so why are we getting 2 days?
Because we get Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve off, and they both hit on the Saturday and Sunday. And the federal government isn't recognizing Monday as the legal holiday, so we're taking Thursday and Friday off instead of Friday and Monday.
We normally take,
Christmas Eve, I understand Christmas Eve off, but Christmas Day, did you get New Year's Eve off too?
yes,
Mhm.
Correct. Yes, and the employee handbook.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Land development, motion to approve or deny stormwater bond release for Taco Bell, 8056 Perry Highway, $62,000 and $62,249 for the bond parcel number 40-012-066.0-007.02.
So real quick with this one, we were reviewing our records and we saw that this one had never been released. They never requested release, so we brought it to their attention. They needed to provide us with an as-built or record drawing. They had their contractor give us kind of a written signed letter saying that the plan was built exactly as planned. So we used that as the record drawing. On October 28th, we did a site inspection to verify that everything was in place and functioning. And it was. So with that, I would recommend we'll release the bond in the amount of $62,249.
I'll make that motion,
I'll second.
All in favor?
and that's to approve.
To approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, other business, solicitor.
Thanks, Jack. Excuse me. I do have one issue to bring up tonight. As we have discussed previously, Site Centers is selling or is in the process of selling significant properties, commercial real estate properties in Summit Township, including a movie theater, 1901 Rotunda Drive, to Bridge 33 Capital. As part of that sale, they had appealed the tax assessment for the movie theater. Because the movie theater was assessed at $9,400,000 roughly. The sale was for $8,200,000 roughly. In our conversation with the supervisors, we have filed, Mike Musone of the Knox Law Firm has filed his appearance in that appeal, and we'll let you know how that goes forward. That concludes my report tonight.
Thank you. Any questions for the solicitor? All right. Engineer Jonas.
So last week we received the Erie County Long Range Transportation Plan update. Basically, this is a list of all the projects from the public that came from the public comment period from the Erie County Long Range Transportation Plan. It's quite a numerous amount, including improvements in Beach Street, sidewalk improvements throughout the township, Hershey, Hammond intersection improvements, and so on and so forth. By this week, later this week, we're going to be reviewing this, and basically by the end of the week, we have to have back to them a review of all the projects, whether we agree with them, and whether we should include them into the long-range transportation plan. And then the following week, we owe Erie County Planning a list of our top 10 projects that we want to see on the long-range transportation plan. So Mark and I will sit down later this week reviewing them and coming up with a plan.
I didn't notice the Route 97, I-90 corridor on that though, did you?
I'd have to double check, there's quite a few projects. I know
Yeah.
the extra turn lane at the interstate's there. And I think the center turn lane project's in there.
Yeah, the north side of I-90 is what I'm starting to get more and more
I think
concerned
there was
with.
something in there to kind of look at that interchange
We'll
and
look
kind
at
of make more sense because of the whole serpentine going on. I think it's in there.
Okay.
And that's all I have for tonight.
All right, thank you. Supervisor Walker.
Well, with any luck, hopefully we'll start seeing some salt come in. Everybody up in this region's been kind of held up a little bit. New vendor, City of Erie's pulled in their 2,000 tons, which I think that's been the main culprit for us not receiving any salt. But after tomorrow, hopefully we'll find out a little more information and start getting some salt in. REI skid piles about where it needs to be. So trucks are ready to go. We should have the material, and sounds like we got weather coming, so should be in good shape though.
All right, Tony.
I don't have much tonight, thanks. It's the time of year the parks are closed, and I'm moving more toward the garage, and most of what Mark just told you is what I would tell you as well. So thanks for coming.
All right. And I'd like to say I voted against waiving that fee because, that permit fee, because that's 11 different school districts. It's not Fort LaBeouf School District. And that's 0.2% of the whole job cost. So if we're gonna hand everything out, that's okay too. Open checkbook, that's my feelings. Good luck on the election tomorrow, and that's all I have. Public input. Larry.
Good evening, everybody. I'm sure everybody knows me real well. This is something very short tonight, because it's probably going to require our vote later on. But after looking at tonight, with my people's minds, usually there's a zero in the aisle, maybe one or two people, very well, a gentleman there, and myself every night. Something I would like to bring up is, I believe there's two committee meetings here at the Township Supervisor's office, or in the Township office here. I think one meeting a month would be sufficient due to these here agendas. We already three them anyhow, and except for maybe Palermo or somebody else having a special meeting, I don't think it's required that. 3 hours. We were over there from 6 o'clock to 9, Jack and I, and it was wasted. A whole night of fishing. We need to, I did fishing, shut her, 3 million fire. One thing government that night, 3 hours. Didn't need to. They either do fishing a month before. It's a waste of time. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thanks, Larry.
And one of the only problems I can think of, Larry, is that with land development plans getting approved, they have to wait until, I mean, it ain't just every 2 weeks, it takes longer than that. So some of these developers would have to wait until the one meeting a month. It might be 6 weeks out, and then they have to, that has to be advertised, it has to be approved at a public meeting.
And I'm not, is there anything in the second class township handbook that states that there has to be 2 meetings?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's pretty typical practice to have 2 meetings based on the land development. If, the land development concerns that Jack's going to bring up. I'm not sure if it's required to have 2 meetings, I don't believe it is, but again, I think you're gonna run into some issues. Every township that I know of, that I represent at least has 2 meetings. The boroughs only do 1 meeting. The townships typically are larger, have more issues, have more land development, typically will be one twice a month. But again, I don't think that's something you can change right now. You set the at the beginning of the year, you set the meeting at the reorganization, set your meeting schedule, so that would have to be reevaluated at the end of the year. So.
Okay, yeah, something we'll look into.
Thanks. All right, anyone else? Yes?
Same thing. I have a question on the same thing. You have one at 6 o'clock at night and the second one at 4:30. Why don't you have both of them at 4:30?
Well, there's 2 reasons. We didn't start that, as number one, and then when it was started, it was because it's supposed to give the public a chance to get to a meeting if you gotta work till 4:30. I can't help it that they don't show up. We gotta be here. We gotta be here, so. And the other, just like me going to work every day, do I need to be here? Well, I should be here, getting paid. So that's one thing. The other thing is, Nancy wanted to start that because she said there was a lot of out-of-town developers in Erie for meetings and job approvals, this and that. And if we had a 4:30 meeting, it'd make it easier for them to schedule that in their appointment to come to Erie on a day and then come to the meeting and get out of here so they could drive home like Pittsburgh or Cleveland. That was the idea.
Because Delphic has theirs at 9:30 in the morning.
Yep, and I don't like that either, because what's that do for the public?
Well, they
Our
said
sewer authority does it too. How many people can just take off of work to go to a meeting? It's my opinion, I ain't gonna talk behind no one's back, I'm telling you what I think. If it's a public meeting, I believe it should be offered to the public and not on special time. So anyway, anyone else? Yes, sir.
Question for Daniel. What's the township's part of this building permit?
Percentage from VIU.
Right.
I'll have to check that.
So we're just
Like,
giving that money to them to spend how they want. Instead of taking it in here.
No, they have certain costs they incur as our UCC permitting agency. So we have an agreement with them as well as other townships whereby they incur, instead of us keeping everything in-house, we hire them. So, obviously, I think we save money in the long term by not having to hire, several employees and training them and doing things like that. So, again, these are costs that we would incur at probably a greater rate. We didn't contract with VIU. I think when we originally signed that agreement, this type of thing was asked by the supervisors. So, I think it's ultimately that was why the decision was made. The VIU set that their fees based on their internal resolution, which you have.
What I was asking was, what's the township's cut of that fee?
0.
And you guys, you waive the fee
No, yeah,
So
that,
they waive the fee.
they waive the zoning permit fee, which is a different fee.
So you have the zoning
Okay, so that
permit
vote was just for the zoning,
fee. Yes,
Yeah.
and then,
not the building. So that'll have to put on their head and wait.
No, that's between
Yeah.
the school district and BIU.
But isn't that some of that money here?
some of the money percentage is township. There is a tax they get from their contract. Very
Well,
small
yeah,
percentage.
that,
But that's
right.
separate from part of the zoning. We don't know. There's 2%.
What was the reason for waiving the fee? To save the taxpayers money?
Correct, to save the taxpayers money and the school
How
district.
does
My
that save
taxes.
the taxpayer that money? That money is not going back to the people. It's gonna go in that project somewhere.
The taxes would have to be increased to cover those costs. And I know it's minute.
Yeah, it's just the whole bottom. You know, why take away from some of the people and give it to everybody else? You have costs to run your township. And that's what those fees are used for, right? You know, the general fund. So we just threw away $11,000, here you go. It's in the budget for the project anyhow. They're gonna allocate it somewhere else.
I own 2 properties, one's mortgaged, my school tax is pretty steep. Okay, I don't even have no kids.
And that's
I wonder if I can ask him for a giveaway.
He is the superintendent of the school, right?
Yeah.
And he's speaking for Erie County Technical School.
And he is serving as the superintendent of
Yeah,
record at Erie Township.
So essentially, the Erie County superintendents who are participating in VOTEC, they each take a turn as the superintendent of record. So I believe, I can't remember who it was before, maybe it was, the superintendent general McLean. So he just happens to be the superintendent of record, I believe, for 2 years. And it's my understanding that he's gonna go to BIU after this meeting and discuss potential negotiation of the building permit. So
That's another thought. If this was another municipality, would they waive that fee?
Yes. 2 that we talked to, always waiver for schools, sewer, water.
And typically nonprofits.
That's my United Way contribution every year, tax season. All right, anyone else? Jim?
No. Zoning.
yeah, different ordinances. Two different ordinances. The zoning permit fee is set up by zoning ordinance. That is a fee that is imposed by the supervisors. The building permit fee is under the UCC ordinance, which is a completely different process, different law. So there are 2 separate fees that have, if you do new construction or additions, you have to get both of them. in order to
Those
proceed.
permit fees all go to BIU.
Yes. So, yeah, when you come to my office and you want to add an addition at the garage, or whatever, because you're gonna do a zoning for this. Okay, make sure you get all the setbacks, et cetera. And then you're gonna go with it from BIU, you go to their office and you got. And they'll do a building permit, post on the building, and up to all your inspections. The zoning permit. Our fees are based on the estimated cost of construction. So when they fill out this application, it says $5 million. So $3 per thousand, $200,000, and then $2 per thousand over. And then it's calculated out at $10,000.
All right, thanks, Jim. Anyone else, public input? Seeing none, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we gotta move these chairs, I believe.